many meanings, and sometimes instead of conveying our meaning, they can suggest other meanings.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are the children of the community.
Well, we are the United States of America because we are united. And we are states.
The significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Kamala Harris is worse at it. She actually is worse at it, and she's the real one. That's amazing.
I have a much better clip of that side-by-side comparison of Kamala Harris and Julia Louis-Dreyfus in Veep. And it's currently about 3/4 of the way uploaded. This is what happens when I stay up late. I actually
that show was underrated.
It was very underrated.
I never watched that.
Oh my gosh, dude. It is great. It is really, really, really good.
Here's a quick update from Kamala.
So what did you do to become the presidential nominee of your party?
Well, sometimes you just have to hawk Tua and spit on that thing, you know?
So, quick
I don't know,
update.
is that a deep fake?
Cheap fake. Cheap fake. That's the word that the White House uses.
Yeah.
So
cheap fake is what it's called.
So what happened this weekend? Did I miss something? Like last
yeah,
weekend?
apparently, Kamala Harris is going to be the pick from the DNC.
I heard it was because they couldn't find a replacement opponent for Hulk Hogan. You know, Trump brings in Hogan, and then like Biden's like, "Hey man, is Andre the Giant or the Ultimate Warrior still around?" No, boss, they're dead. Well, what about that Macho Man guy? He's dead too, sir.
All they could get was the Cranstein guy. Isn't that his name?
Oh, the Twinks from Twitter.
Yeah.
I've had them blocked for so long I couldn't even tell you anything about him anymore.
That's the only person he could get to introduce him.
So they haven't had their whole ordeal yet. So she hasn't announced her running mate yet, I assume.
No, it's like 30 days away.
Yeah, they'll announce that for her.
Yes, she won't be announcing anything.
I misspoke.
The DNC will be having their convention on August 19th. So we got 4 weeks to figure out, is it actually going to be Kamala Harris? And if it is Kamala Harris, who's she going to be running with? There are currently like articles being written. I was kind of reading one. I didn't read enough of it to get the whole thing, so I don't want to butcher it. But the headline was mutiny against Kamala Harris. The DNC.
I think we saw a mutiny this weekend.
The DNC chairman says that they will follow a transparent process to pick the nominee. And AOC
Don't
says,
say that when I'm drinking coffee, man.
AOC says there's no safe option. Like either
it's going to be Whitmer.
It's got. I mean, they have
I'll put money on the fact that Whitmer's going to get the nomination.
If Kamala Harris is not the presidential nominee, then the entirety of the squad will mutiny. And if the squad mutinies, even though that doesn't contribute, or even though the squad doesn't contribute a lot in terms of actual governing power, they carry a lot of social weight. So it's this. I think this whole thing is going to be fucking.
Yes, but hold on, we got to play the Oppression Olympics. If they pick a woman, then it'll be okay. But if they pick Big Mike, then it'll be even better.
Michelle Obama has already said she wants absolutely nothing to do with 2024. Like they can't just go to the DNC convention and be like, all right, it's going to be Michelle Obama, after Michelle Obama has said for the last 3 months, I am not going to run in 2024.
Anything the Obamas say? Seriously.
This is a lose-lose. You put somebody in this position to get their ass beat. Like, you're not going to tarnish the political career and reputation of somebody who actually has a chance to be president later on in the future. Like Michelle Obama, like Gavin Newsom, like there's a couple. What's the faggy-looking dude from Hawaii?
I don't know.
And then the Pennsylvania governor, Josh Shapiro. Like, those are the four darlings of the party that are.
Man, you're missing Whitmer. I think she's
nobody gives a fuck about. Nobody gives a fuck about Whitmer. They couldn't even find actual people to try to assassinate Whitmer, so they had to have 12 or 10 feds work with 2 retards to come up with a fake assassination.
This is true.
This is where they put their McCain or their Romney in. You know, it's one of those scenarios where they're not going to win, so it's just like, hey, let's just throw somebody out there for chum.
So they actually give it to Kucinich then? Dennis Kucinich?
Is he still alive?
I was gonna say, is he still around?
I don't know. I know he ran a couple years back. I don't know, or he was trying to get in, but I thought he was still around. Maybe it's his son that's there. I don't know.
I'm just hoping that they do actually give it to Kamala, and then we get to have a Kamala debate where this is her for, whatever her half of the debate is.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What does that actually mean?
Unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What we can see, what we believe can be.
Dude, I love every time she's on the Breakfast Club.
What can be
Charlemagne's always like, what the fuck did you say?
unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Who we can be unburdened by who we have been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can, by where we have been, and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
There's another 3 minutes of this. I'm not going through all.
Oh, I thought it was just building up. I thought we were getting to the second act.
Oh no, it's just 4 straight minutes of her saying what can be unburdened by what has been.
Okay, what does that even like?
Nobody knows.
She doesn't even know.
It's the only thing that she can say without stopping in the middle and breaking out into maniacal cackling. What can be unburdened by what has been? Like that's they found a tagline she said at some point, and her speechwriter was like, just say that shit over and over and over again forever. Like never stop.
Oh my gosh.
What does it mean? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna keep on doing it.
Oh, that's just crazy.
I'm looking forward to this.
I wonder if they throw Joe Biden in.
She always just reminds me of
blues.
like that whole skit from SNL, not SNL, in Living Color, the one where Damon Wayans' character is in prison. Throw that
I
up.
don't know that one.
Like just like the trying to sound smart when you're not.
Here. Well, this is probably what did it. This is what can. Oh, go ahead.
As force, you understand, the ventilation of, shall I say, my dairy air. And upon my discharge, I will ejaculate my mind to the prophylactic of the bowels of society.
Yes, that's Kamala Harris speeches.
I need to watch some of those old in living colors. Those are pretty funny.
This is probably what did it for Biden, though. And
President Biden, you saved democracy in 2020.
Now you have a chance to do it again.
Ricky Williams is out there still?
Us choose a new nominee. One who can bring new energy, new hope, and make sure Donald Trump never gets near the White House again.
Our country's future is in your hands. So please be the leader we know you are.
Oh my God.
Torch, Joe. Pass the torch. Pass the torch.
Pass the torch. Pass the Torch is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Didn't they do like a primary where they voted? Or
So
like
they made a pact to get him out?
yeah.
They work quick.
yep, primary season is over. Like
No, but I'm saying, like, didn't they? I mean, I guess since he is the president, he gets the right to refuse it, right? But
no, that's not how that works.
that's not how the DNC works it.
That's how the DNC worked it. That's not the way that it works. He doesn't just get the right to refuse it. They decided that they were not going to allow anybody to run against him because he was the candidate. So even though a lot of people wanted, a lot of Democrats wanted there to be a primary, wanted there to be a competition, wanted somebody else, the DNC refused. And now there is no who the people chose that gets picked for the presidential nominee. It's whoever the super PACs at the DNC choose is who will be the nominee. Granted, that's the way it always is, but at least they pretend that they actually honor and respect democracy in the past. Now it's just blatantly on the table. Like, yeah, fuck you and your vote. We don't really care about that. We're gonna do what we want to do. Like that's what the super PACs have always been anyway. Or the what is it? The super delegates. Like
yeah,
that's what those have always been anyway. Was the fuck you, we're gonna do what we want to thing. But now they didn't even pretend to care. That's what I think is the greatest part of it.
I think the greatest part is that for a fact Joe Biden did not release that statement.
Oh yeah, there's no way he put that.
There is no way he allowed that statement to go out. That was
Joe Biden doesn't.
Some intern got paid a lot of money to put that out there.
As I,
one of my favorite memes was him licking an ice cream cone. Like, what do you mean I'm stepping down?
I mean, could you imagine the absolute screaming and just losing their mind when Jill Biden saw that? Like, that she absolutely lost it, because he still hasn't made a public statement.
Put some respect on the name. It's Dr. Jill Biden.
He still hasn't made a public statement. Like, you do not step down from that position without making a public statement on camera. You don't do it. You don't do that through Twitter.
He has dementia.
You know what I'm saying? That's not a Twitter thing. It's like a Twitter thing is like, hey, I had chocolate chip ice cream today, not like I'm stepping down from the presidency. Like, it's just such BS that he did that.
Well, I wonder if this announcement made Rosie O'Donnell feel any better about things.
The whole thing is very, very unnerving.
Dear God, I thought that was Olbermann at first.
In 100 days, people are saying to me, my therapist actually said to me,
did too.
well, it's a long time between now and November. No, it isn't. We're about to start school again. You know how quick all of a sudden it's Halloween, and then it's Thanksgiving break. So by Thanksgiving break, we're going to know whether we still have democracy in the United States. That's not a long time. It's a long time to worry every day. I can tell you that. I'm excited about the Olympics starting. That gets me excited, so I'll be cheering for that.
I love how these millionaires
That's
Anyway,
all I
nothing.
got today, people. Nothing big.
It's like the biggest thing that they got going on.
Take care of yourselves. TikTok, you don't stop.
Join a bingo club or something.
Don't only watch the TV news. Don't, because it's... Listen, you can worry, and it's
Turn
time
off
still
the
gonna go, and
news.
what's going to happen is going to happen. So,
No need to worry.
you know, the wisdom to know the difference, the things I can control, right? The things you can't, wisdom to know the difference.
Woman, you voiced an animated gorilla. I don't give a shit what your opinion is.
Right? Drive yourself crazy. You can. Drive yourself completely bonkers. Believe me, I know. But boy, it's scary. Boy, is it scary. They're not kidding around. Right to an authoritarian dictatorship. America got no idea what's coming if he wins, and boy, it's not good. Okay. Anyway, happy.
Hey, at least you didn't mention Project 2025 because that's their boogeyman right now too.
Oh God.
What was she famous for? I can't remember.
You haven't seen A League of Their Own?
Oh, that was her. Okay.
Was there anything else?
Well, she was the talk show darling that went on and like had CIA talking points before Ellen had her show, and then nowadays Drew Barrymore has that role since Ellen's off the air. But yeah, Rosie had a daytime talk show too.
That's right. And then she had her normal TV show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah.
Well,
and she voiced an animated gorilla.
Steve, this kicks out one
Tarzan.
of your theories. Bill and Hillary Clinton endorsed Kamala Harris for president.
Yeah, that came out like within seconds, absolute seconds of the thing, and so did the Soros. Is it Alex Soros, the son? Both of them came out within seconds. So Hillary probably threatened to unalive somebody to make that statement come out.
I wonder if the entirety of the DNC, like the brain trust, is all in on the like we're throwing Kamala Harris to the wolves. Fuck this. None of us actually want to get our hands dirty with everything that's going to happen here. So just dump her.
Well, I think it shows you that they don't have it set up to fortify the election like they did the last time. I think that's what it shows you. They don't have the fortification set up like they did last time. It's something went wrong. They lost something and they can't do it this time. So they're like, okay, just screw it. We know we're going to lose this one. Rebuild that infrastructure and then we'll just get it next time. Because there's no way that they have it. I mean, if they would have had it, they would have left Joe in. Let him win, then step down. I mean,
yeah, I think
we all know he's not running anything anyways.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
Can you imagine who do you think has to like change Joe's diaper? It's not going to be Dr. Jill Biden because she's a doctor. She's not going to change his diaper. So it's got to be like some poor schmuck intern that's got to like do that for him.
Well, like everything else in his administration, it's probably some weirdo they, them.
Yeah.
Hey, friend. Today we're going to talk about something super important. What it means to be transgender. Ready to learn? Let's take our imaginary friend Mike, for example. One day you notice that Mike starts wearing girl clothes instead of boy clothes. And then they tell you that they want to be called Michelle instead of Mike. This is so exciting for our friend Michelle because they finally get to be their true self. As you can see, transgender people are just like you and me. They're our friends. Hi, friend.
Oh, that's awful. Well, was it Alex Jones yesterday came out and said that they were going to replace with Hillary Clinton the DNC. Who knows? Ooh, Newsom, Obama. I don't know. I don't think they would put Michelle in with Newsom.
I don't think they would either. That's like I don't know how.
That's the trump card that they. That's the trump card that they have that they're going to hold off on.
I don't think Newsom Obama is a good ticket together. Anyway,
no,
they're not very complimentary. And also they're both big enough personalities that they're going to want them to do their own things. Like that would be like the 16-year reign of Democrats starting in 2028 would be 8 years of Michelle Obama and then 8 years of Gavin Newsom would be their ideal plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun though. It's fun. Less than a week or just over a week, we saw a assassination attempt, and then we saw a coup. It's kind of fun. It's a good week. I just want to see what Chapter 3 is. Chapter 3's got to be a banger after this Chapter 1 and 2. So what else is going on in the news? I don't see much happening other than this.
As of right now, that seems to be about the bulk of it.
Yeah.
I didn't pay any attention to anything over the weekend. Saturday, Sean had to work, so I ran around town, and then while he was at work, and then we went to Holiday World. And
what is Holiday World?
It's a theme park here down the road, Santa Claus, Indiana, and it's just a theme park. They've got some cool roller coasters, and there's like a big water park in the middle of the park. So it's lots of fun. We spent the day riding water rides, and then after the water park shut down, we went and ate, and then we went back into the main park because they do a drone show every night, like fireworks and light up the sky thing. So after the water park closed, we had some time to kill. So me and the kids rode a couple rides, and that was fun. We've always like get there first thing in the morning and then leave sometime like mid-afternoon and get home in time to eat supper and kind of shower and go to bed. I've never stayed there after dark. So we get to ride one of the big roller coasters after dark, and that was fucking awesome. Like it was badass. The
last time I was at a park after dark was, I was probably in high school, but we went to Kings Island. I don't even know if that's still around.
It is.
And we rode the Beast at it was like super late at night, and that was pretty badass. That was a lot of fun. So this was my favorite meme from yesterday. I love that one. That was just beautifully done.
Let's see. I'm just kind of like scrolling through different headlines on the Atlantic, the Hill, stuff like that. See if there's anything else, and it's literally just all Kamala Harris. Here's a fun one. Sources say it would be political suicide for another Democrat to challenge Harris. Like it is going to be Kamala Harris for all the internal strife that the DNC might be going through right now. Because of that, it's going to be her. And I don't think there's actually any big like fight going on as to whether or not it's going to be Kamala Harris. Like I think everybody understands this is a lose-lose situation. We put her out there because she's the one that we've set up for, to pass.
This is how we get rid of her. This is how we completely pull her out.
And I talked about that in 2021 or 2022, whenever I was saying that they were going to eventually push Joe Biden out and I said they would push Joe Biden out and make Hillary the president. I was like, but first, before they can do anything like that, they've got to figure out how they're going to get rid of Kamala Harris. Like, this is your easy out. Like, you just say, okay, she's going to be the nominee. Throw her to the wolves. Let her absolutely get destroyed by this campaign. And then be like, hey, look, you had your chance. You really fucking suck. Sorry, go away now.
Yeah.
And
the problem is that she knows where the bodies are.
And it appeases the AOCs and all the other like morons of that caliber that want to see, her.
The bigger problem is that she knows where all the bodies are buried.
She doesn't know shit.
Maybe
she knows how to put a dick in her mouth, and that's the full extent of it.
But here we got this.
Kamala Harris doesn't know a damn thing.
This sad story here.
What is this?
Watch.
He dropped out!
He dropped out.
He dropped out! Joe Biden, please!
Oh, so dramatic.
What is this thing?
Together. Please. He was for Gen Z's first president.
Oh, I love TikTok. He's not even really crying. Like, that's the funny part. Is he's not even really crying.
Are we sure that's even a person? It looks like one of these things.
Yes, pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm not sure any of these are actually people.
To be that upset over Joe Biden, like, seriously, man. Like, it's just insane.
God.
Just sorry, I'm looking at something else here.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's like literally anything other than Kamala Harris in the news anywhere, and I'm like striking out across.
No, I mean there's like literally Twitter is just Kamala Harris. That's all that's on Twitter.
I mean, that's all that's on anything. Although this is still one of my favorite videos of Kamala Harris, like ever. What'd I do? I hit the wrong thing.
About some of the most. Good afternoon. I want to welcome these leaders for coming in to have this very important discussion.
Oh boy.
About some of the most pressing issues of our time. I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman sitting at the table wearing a blue suit. And
she had to look to see what she was wearing.
Yeah, I know. It's beautiful.
It's amazing. Impressive. There's a reader's context note on this video that says, this is a recording of a meeting with disability advocates, which included blind and low vision members. The meeting and recording were intended to be accessible to those with sight and hearing impairments. I mean, I don't understand why anybody needed to know my pronouns are she, her, and I'm wearing a blue suit. Like, I get it. And we all knew that the reason that she said these things is because this is being recorded. And this is like, there are people who aren't in the room that can't see. But that doesn't make it any less fucking stupid to say these things.
Well, I didn't see anybody, but was there somebody doing sign language there? Because if they were hearing,
man, that's going to be the worst part about not having Joe Biden anymore. Is we're going to lose his sign language interpreter. Like she is something else. Have you ever watched one of his press
No, I haven't.
conferences or speeches.
Not with her. No,
where
I mean,
they've got
they usually
his-
just have the camera on him.
Oh man, you got to find one with his sign language chick because she is like, it's usually on like the televised stuff. So like, she's not standing on stage with him. She's like they put her on the video, like on the side of the screen, and she's like
I'm looking right now.
really getting into it. Like, I can't even listen to anything he says when she's on the screen because I'm just watching her like bob and weave and juck and jive and like do all her thing. Like, she's impressive.
Is this? I don't know if this is her, but
Talking to your wife.
Oh yeah, that's the chick. She's awesome.
Your service.
She really her face gets really into it. And, like, she gets to bobbing her head
I
around.
realize you're talking to your wife. I personally asked you to extend your service. I realize you're talking to your wife.
that's the one where he was saying he was screwing somebody else's wife. That's oh, Joe. I'm gonna miss Joe. I don't know about you. I'm gonna miss Joe. He's so much fun. It's like a new meme every day out of Joe Biden. Like, you're not gonna get that with Trump. You're just not. With Joe, we at least have like just so much fun with Joe.
All right. Here's the Here it is. This is the campaign slogan. Man, they have really think tanked this one.
Holy shit. That was beautiful.
Oh god. Harris for president. Let's win this. But they couldn't do like Build Back Better because Joe already has alliteration problems and Kamala is not much better on that.
Yeah. But we have actual footage of the cabal here. The lizard people resigning Joe on purpose. Jeez. Sorry, man. It's blowing up here on my emails are blowing up. Yeah, there's like literally nothing else going on. It's just Kamala Harris. This is when they're gonna like.
All right, have you seen this?
Crazy, like in Israel or something.
Have you seen this stuff that Kamala Harris's parents were not citizens when she was born? I don't know that necessarily. And wasn't she born in Hawaii too?
I don't remember. So wait, they weren't citizens? But if she's born in the U.S., then what does that matter?
Right, that's kind of what I was.
I don't understand what the problem is. Like, I mean, I don't want anchor babies, but you know. Yeah, you don't want anchor babies going on, but still.
Yeah, I don't think the 14th Amendment thing really applies because she wouldn't have been able to be vice president if that was a thing. Like,
what do you think the odds are of them running Hunter Biden? That'd be awesome.
Like somebody mentioned, like Barack Obama can't serve as vice president because he's already served 2 terms as president, which means he's ineligible to be president in the event something happens to the president. So if there was some disqualifying factor to her being president, she never would have been able to be vice president to begin with. So
yeah, but you know, when you have one born in Kenya a few years ago, what does it matter? Wasn't Obama born in Kenya?
They say he was born in Hawaii, but they also say that Kamala Harris was born in Hawaii. Hawaii is like the fucking Democrat loophole. Hawaii never should have been made a state.
Maybe that's why Tulsi Gabbard shouldn't be president.
I'll go with that. Yeah, Hawaii never should have been made a state. They should have kept it like Puerto Rico or any of the other islands.
Yep.
Alaska shouldn't have been a state either. It should have just been a owned territory that we use for strip mining and pumping oil.
There we go. It's a good one.
I don't know. What else is...
Yeah, I didn't come with anything. I was editing all morning.
The Democrat reactions to this have been a combination of unhinged and then on the complete other side, also unhinged. You've got this kind of shit. Republicans are terrified of Kamala Harris.
Oh.
She's younger than Donald Trump, smarter than Donald Trump, a better speaker than Donald Trump, a better debater than Donald Trump, and a better communicator than Donald Trump. This was the GOP's biggest nightmare.
That's crazy.
The cope is strong.
That's awesome. I love that. Hold on, here we go.
But then you got the dude that's like literally crying because Joe Biden dropped out.
Yeah.
Because they know Kamala Harris is no good.
So we have not heard from AOC yet.
And I'm going to say what a lot of these folks aren't saying. I'm just going to say it. If you think that there is consensus among the people who want Joe Biden to leave, that they will support Kamala, Vice President Harris, you would be mistaken. And I'm going to say that because if they're going to come out and say all their little things on background off the record, but they're not going to be fully honest, I'm going to be honest for them. I'm in these rooms. I see what they say in conversations. A lot of them are not just interested in removing the president. They are interested in removing the whole ticket.
Well, that's
you catch that? She said removing.
She wasn't.
She said.
I don't think she was supposed to say that out loud because
no.
She changed her tune very quickly. She says, Kamala Harris will be the next president of the United States. I pledge my full support to ensure her victory in November. Now, more than ever, it is crucial that our party and country swiftly unite to defeat Donald Trump and the threat to American democracy. Let's get to work.
Yeah. I'm just wondering when the statement came out and when that video was out.
She did the video earlier in the week.
Okay.
That was back. I think we talked about it Friday, so I think she did it at the end of the excuse me. Towards the end of the RNC.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, I don't know. They're going to get everybody in line, and everybody's just going to go with whatever they end up doing. That's crazy. Where'd you go? You left.
Had to blow my nose.
Sorry. Yeah, it's like, oh, hold on. I was looking at Twitter, and it's like, wait, he's gone.
Had to blow my nose. And that's not one of those things that anybody wants to see or hear.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, I don't know what else is going on.
Yeah, there's nothing. There is nothing. So this Holiday World place, you gotta tell me more about it. What are the big roller coasters?
So the two really big ones are the Voyage, which is a big wooden coaster, and I think it might be the longest wooden coaster in the country, and then the Thunderbird is like a metal one that like flips upside down. It's like you sit in the thing and your feet are dangling. So it used to be called Santa Claus Land, and then they changed it to Holiday World, and it's like holiday themed. You have like when you come in, there's a big Santa Claus statue, and you're in like the Christmas Village, and they have like Christmas themed stuff, and then there's a 4th of July themed part of it. There's a Halloween themed part of it, Thanksgiving themed part of it, and then there's the big ass water park. So
is it named Big Ass Water Park?
It's the Splash and Safari.
Oh, I was hoping it was named Big Ass Water Park. That would
have been better, but
yeah.
The churches and Santa Claus basically run the entire town. So big ass water park was probably not something that the church community was going to agree to with naming something.
This is the best meme I've found so far.
that one is pretty funny.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's gonna be brilliant. I can't wait to watch this. I don't know though. There's always that last minute drop of a hat thing that you never expect. But I do think the best thing that happened to Trump was the fortification and losing the election, and then letting everybody watch what they had in store for us. It was actually probably one of the best things that's ever happened, because now we got Vance.
So coming out of 2020 and the pandemic and lockdowns and supply chain issues and rapid increase in government spending and everything else, it didn't matter who was president.
Yeah.
Everything that has happened over the last 3.5 years was going to happen. So either Trump was going to be sitting in office while all of this happened, or they were going to be wheeling Joe Biden's corpse around while all of this happened. But this was all going to happen. And it's the same for what's coming from this point forward. Like, everything is going to get worse in the next 2.5 years. So either, and like, this is what I've been saying for a while, like, either the Democrats are like really smart and they see the writing on the wall and they're like, all right, we let Trump win so that he can be in charge while the whole thing completely like finalizes of the whole going to shit process and just caves in on itself. And then they can come back in 2028 with Michelle Obama and be like, look what a terrible job the Republicans did. Now it's our turn. You should vote us in so we can fix it. Or they're really fucking stupid and they were going to press forward with Joe Biden, do everything they could in their power to make sure that he was president again, and then he would be the one that presides over the whole fucking thing collapsing. Like, either they're either they're power hungry and they're stupid, or they can read the writing on the wall and they're going to let it happen.
Yeah. And
usually the Democrats are better at playing the long game than the Republicans are. So now you kill 2 birds with one stone. Actually, you kill 3 birds with one stone. You allow Biden to just ride off into the sunset and be forgotten about, because for the next 6 months, he is now inconsequential and nobody gives a shit. So now we can stop talking about how he's, clearly in cognitive decline, basically just a geriatric being, abused. He doesn't have to do any more press conferences. He doesn't have to do fucking anything. Like, he now gets to just ride his white horse out into the sunset.
Yeah, so, he can nap all day long, eat ice cream.
Right. So Joe Biden
get his diaper changed.
So this gives Joe Biden his out. Now he's done. They don't have to deal with him and any of his shit anymore. It doesn't matter how much the entire planet talks about how he's in cognitive decline. He's on his way out. There's there's what, just a couple months, 4 months, 3.5 months until the election, like 6 months, 5.5 months inauguration. Like, he doesn't matter. And they also have the out to get rid of Kamala Harris, because they didn't want her. She was exclusively chosen for the fact that she is Black, Indian, female.
Yep.
That's it. So now they get rid of her as well. They can throw that bitch out with the bathwater, with Biden's bathwater. And also, threefold. Now Trump gets to be the one that presides over probably the most crippling economic collapse that has ever been seen. There are currently anywhere from 3 to 5 different bubbles that are building up in the background. There's a housing bubble, a banking bubble, a stock market bubble, and depending on who you listen to, a couple other bubbles that are currently building.
Yeah.
These are all going to pop in the next 18 to 36 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
you know what won't pop is crypto.
And the people who are talking about it, okay. And the people who are talking about it are saying, especially the housing and the banking ones,
yeah,
they're going to be worse than 2008, like by a lot. Like this is going to be like, full on depression, not just recession. Like worse than the Great Depression. So we're about to see the whole fucking thing just implode on itself. And yeah, I mean, you don't want to be the one that's holding the bag whenever that happens.
Yeah, I mean, but I think Trump can actually, if they get the right things going, I think they can actually not fix it, but slow it down.
But I don't want that.
If you will,
I don't want it slowed down.
I think they can.
I've even said, I've said a couple times, if Trump wins, then it makes the right think that there's some sort of a chance to fix this.
Yeah.
And there's not. You can't fix it. It's got to be torn down to the studs and rebuilt.
Yep.
So
like your roof?
Yeah. I'm going to, when I get off work Friday morning, I'm going to get another bucket and I'm going to get up there and I'm going to put another coat on it and we'll see how it works out. I'm not particularly optimistic.
Yeah. That bad, huh?
I don't know. I coated it up real good and got up there. And it looks good, but then it rained and everywhere that leaked just as bad as it did before. So
that sucks.
And Stephanie was like, "Oh, I can see where you put the coating on. You just need to put another coat on and it'll be fine." I'm like, "All right, I'll put another coat on it. And if it still leaks, then I'm ripping all this shit off."
Yeah. Well, that stinks.
I mean, I knew there was a possibility. There's a reason that when the professionals came and looked at it, they told us it'd be like $20,000 to replace it all and fix it.
Dang, so that's expensive. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that it's going to be interesting to watch. I don't think the Democrats are smart enough to like not want this, not want to win it. I don't think that they have that plan in place of like, let Trump win and hold the bag. I don't think they're that smart.
I guess we'll see. And
yeah,
it will be I mean, this
Not
whole
that
time we've been saying for months it's going to be an interesting election cycle. So
and it's not that they won't pounce on it and they won't use it. I don't think that they're that smart, because I don't think they think. I don't know. Do you think that they really believe that the economy is the greatest? I think that some of them actually do. I really do. I think some of them actually believe this is a great economy right now. So it's insane. The whole thing is insane. But that's what you get when you have a bunch of retards running the show. Bye, everybody.
You hitting her or am I?
Because democracy basically means government by the people are the people. But the people are retarded.